Well, I tried to go live using my phone as like a secondary camera, so that way I could film like a couple different angles, but it doesn't look like that's going, it's not going to work. So instead, we're just going to go live like this. I need to do it from here, don't I? I just tried to go live a second ago and it wasn't working for me. So I had to cut it off, which sucks. But, you know, you work on it. This one. Boop. Nope. Nope, it's not what I needed. This one. There we go. Okay. So now, since we got all that worked out, we're going to leave this sitting here. Just turn it down. Okay, so just because this video is going to be saved on my YouTube channel. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Cassandra here, and welcome back to my channel. So, this live, we're doing a live right now in case you didn't realize that. But this live is going to be me making bummies. Now, I'm not too sure if I personally used to know what bummies were. I always just thought they were called a diaper cover. But evidently, there is a word for it, and it is called bummies. Now, I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I did already make one pair. It was my very first pair, and I feel really weird now because I didn't record it. And let me move y'all closer. I feel like y'all too far away. Too far away. Let me move this and situate this. Why? What's it doing? What you doing, bud? Okay, maybe you have to be that far away. Sorry. There we go. Just put you there. But anyway. Yeah. So, we're going to be doing bummies today. I did already cut out my fabric. I'm making two different pairs. This is the, what's it called? The pattern. I got it from CKC. I think is what it's called. We're just going to sit all this over here. Now, if you guys see me looking down at this binder right here, it's because I did buy a couple patterns from that website. When I get done going live, I will leave a link in the description bar down below so that way you guys watching playback can go check it out if you want to. But they have a whole bunch of patterns. This right here, let me take this out and show it to you. This is the actual pattern that we are doing today. This is what it looks like. Now the patterns are printed, like you do have to print the patterns out, obviously. But they give you this page, which like is the title page, and then they tell you how much fabric you're going to need, what kind of fabrics you're going to need, how to print it out, what pages you need for certain sizes and certain things, a little list, and then what like basically like step-in-step instructions on how to do it. So I did follow these earlier. They always make it so much easier. Like I think I created like 4 pairs of bell bottoms, which they have the pattern for those two. They have the ones for the older girls and one for little girls. And then the circle skirt that I made that I just listed on my Etsy shop today. Link in the description in case you want to go check it out. But they made the circle. They have the pattern for the circle skirt I made plus now these bummies. So, like I said, I did create a pair, and I would show them to you, but my baby is currently wearing them. as soon as I made them, I couldn't help it. I had to go put them on them. And they look so cute. So cute, so cute. So much better than, like, because he don't like wearing clothes. He hates clothes. He does not want to wear them. So I don't like him just running around in a diaper, though, because it feels weird. Like, it just feels weird. So I like having the Bummies, so that way I can cover his diaper, and it looks like he has little shorts on. So anyway, so what we're going to be working on, like I said, is the Bummies. We're going to be making 2 different designs of them. This is the front first one. This is going to be our first design. It's like this triangle pattern. Got little black triangles on it, and it's white. And that's going to be the outside, and then the inside lining is going to just be this white piece here. And then the second one is going to be for a girl. That one is going to be for a boy. Second one is going to be like this wildlife. I'm actually going to make a shirt to go with these later, and with these as well. So this is going to be the front piece, and then these are going, this part right here is going to be the lining. You can't really, the camera doesn't do it justice, but it's more of like an aqua teal blue. It's really pretty. So that's going to be the outside and the interior. And then this, we're actually going to make a sash to go with this one, because where it is for a girl. You can't just make them like that, obviously. But they do give you the design and also the step-by-step instructions on how to add certain little things. So this is going to be a sash that goes wrapped around it. And of course I made it the same color as the interior. Or the lining, not interior. I keep saying interior. Okay, so first steps first. You figure out which one we're doing first. So let's do... We'll do the boy version first, just because I have already done it, so I do sort of know where I'm going. The girl one is pretty much the same way, just because I'm not adding ruffles or anything. I'm just going to add the sash, which is an extra step. So we will save that for later. So right now, we're just going to get my sewing machine here. This is my SE400. It's also an embroidery machine, but I have this big guy right here, which is my embroidery machine. We're going to plug you up. I do not use a presser foot, especially because like all the presser foots for all my sewing machines are like short, and they don't fit from up here to down there on the floor. So my nose is itching. I figured we'd have people online by now, but that's alright. It's alright. I got you. Got you guys watching later. So, first thing first is, see if I can pull y'all closer and maybe at a different angle so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so, like I said, first things first. What you want to do is you want to take the front and back piece. Luckily, this white is not a pattern piece, so it doesn't really matter. But you want to put the right sides together, just like this. Okay, right? Place your front bloomer lining piece right side up in front of you. Then take the front bloomer main fabric and place it directly on top of the lining shown to the right. Sides together. Repeat with the back bloomer piece. Okay. Making sure. Following the steps. Following the steps. So here's the back. And then we put this face down. See? I already almost messed up again. Okay. So there's one. And here's the other one. And then what we're going to do is I'll show you guys this as I'm going along. This is the next steps here. So after you put the fabric spaces or right sides together, you want to sew, find the camera here. You want to sew along these edges right there on the front and back piece. Not together, just like this, and then like this, and like this, and like this. So that way we can get them connected. Let me, oh no, we can just keep looking. It's fine. Let me go ahead and do this. Get my chair. I need my chair. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I need my chair. Thank you. Okay. So, if anybody decides to hop on live right now, I'm sorry, but I can't see my phone. So I don't know if you're commenting. So we're just going to go ahead and sew down here. Put a little bit of a back stitch. Back it up, back it up. Okay, now go. And then a little bit of a back stitch. And cut. Bam, there's one side done. Yeah, okay. Now for this side. We need this side. Okay. Man, my cutting skills got better since the first ones I made. Okay, we're gonna go on this one here just like this. Do a little stitchy stitch. A backy back. A stitchy stitch. Now, I'm just saying, guys, you go and get this pattern, and like when you first look at it, it does look, almost messed up, because I was too busy talking. Okay. But when you first get the pattern, it does look very intimidating. Believe me, it did to me. I almost freaked out when I seen it. Now, mind you, I usually don't sew by patterns. I sew by eyeball. That's what I do. I'm just like, okay, so this looks like it can go here. This looks like it can go here. So that's where it's gonna go. But if I can sew these patterns together and make something that looks halfway decently good, so can you. I promise you. It's a good thing, like, when it comes to buying patterns, like I think I have a little bucket down here that has all the patterns I've ever purchased from like Michael's or something in it. And there's only like 5 or 6. Just because sewing with patterns scares me. Like it scares me. Have I not done this side yet? No, Cassandra Faye, you just started. So, I'm not a seasoned sewer at all. I'm really not. Like, I'm seriously a newbie at this. But, I mean, I like learning new things, even if I suck at them. Ugh. See, like there? It got squirrely. It got a little squirrely. Got a little squirrely. Bam! Here's those 2 pieces done. Okay, so the next thing we will be doing, since we are doing the sash, oh no, we're not doing the sash on this one. That's the next step. Next step. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is, let me show you, is if you can see it, because my lighting sucks over here. Oop, where's my camera? Now let me just show you. That's a little hard to explain. Okay, so you're gonna open them up, open both of your things up, make a little flap. Okay. And you want the fabric that you want it to be on the outside at the top. I don't think it really matters, just as long as you put them both together the right way. So then you take this one and you put it right here, just like so. You line up your edges, make your little flap. Why does this one seem so much bigger? Did I cut this wrong? I must have done something. Oh well. So after you got it like that, then you're just gonna sew down the sides right here. Let me get My pins. They're not pins. They're clip clips. Got these clippy clips from Hobby Lobby. Let's clip this. And clip here. And clip right here at the seams. I think you want the seams to match up. And then clip here. One more little clip here. Bam. Okay, and then this side. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. And you can sort of see it now. Scooch. So clip it. Clip it. This clipper needs to go down a little bit. And then clip our seams. We do, okay. And then clip this. And then clip this. Okay. Now since everything is all lined up, doesn't matter which side though. I guess it wouldn't, would it? Wouldn't really matter. Nah, I don't think so. Okay. So then the next step is to, once again, you guessed it, sew down the side. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with this side. Put it in our little machine. Put the foot down. Stitcher. Backer. Unclipper. Stitcher. Then you're going to stitch it all the way down both side seams. Or to create two side seams. And then what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to go ahead and make sure our little flaps are facing the same way. Okie dokie. Continue going. Back a stitcher, cut it, and then we'll flip to the other side. So then we just put this down like this, stitcher, backer, unclipper, stitcher. Now since we're coming up to the seam where the seams are, I'm going to go ahead and check it again. Make sure everything's lined up. We're good to go. Now just stitch it all the way to the end. And then right when you get to the bottom of it, just do a little backer. And a snip. Bam. Okay. Now, next step. Like I said, they do give you a whole bunch of instructions, like step-by-step instructions on how to do this. So like this one gives you the instructions on how to do the sash thing, and also if you want to put ruffles on the sides of it. And all that other good stuff. So, the next step that we are going to do is, which one is it? Oops. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So, our next step after we do that is to link. Did I miss a step? Hold up. I feel like I missed a step. See, this is why I said I should never tell anybody what to do. Oh no. Okay. We did miss a step. So now what we're going to do is we're going to push this to where it's the inside. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it out like this. Push this up like this. Look, it's starting to take shape. Damn, look at that. Look at that. Yep. It's getting there, y'all. It's getting there. So this is what we got so far. Okay. So then the next step is going to be, I need to get, hold up, we need to do some pressing. I'm just going to use my Cricut Easy Press here because I don't know where my iron is at the moment and I really don't want to go looking for it. So what we're going to do now when our heat press gets hot is we're going to go ahead and press the edges of the leg seam. So if you're looking at it like this, these right here are going to be stuck together to make the leg holes. So you want to go ahead and fix this and make it look pretty as much as you can. It doesn't really matter how pretty it looks, but I'm going to go ahead and stick it together and then take and press it so it makes it nice and flat, because we are going to sew a stitch through it in a minute to make the casing for the elastic, which, while I'm talking about elastic, you're going to need, what is this, 1/4 inch elastic. You're going to need some of this, and then also some non-roll elastic as well. I have a crop ton in here, so we're just going to use this. Okay. And they do, in fact, give you the sizes on the elastic that you're going to need for each size bummy you're making. So let me go ahead. Yeah. Hey, look, it's done. Okay, so the waist elastic, I'm making a 12 to 18 months. So I will need 18.25 inches of the 1/2 inch wide waist elastic, and then two 9.75 inches of the 1/4 inch for the leg holes. So just gonna go ahead and get that set out there. So now since our press is heated, we're just going ahead and just do a little quickie. Do a little quickie. Make sure you got it lined up before you do it. And you just press. Okay. I'm going to do the other side here. People always make stuff look so much harder than it actually is. I don't know if it's because, like, they don't want you to get the notion to make something yourself because then you won't buy it from them, or it's just the way some people is. But sorting down half the stuff was going to be uber hard when I first started doing it, but it ain't. But of course that could just be me though. Not saying that I'm like some smart person or something, but I just pick up on stuff pretty fast. Okay, press it. Now we got those two sides done. Yep, okay. Now we move on to this side. See, I didn't line those stitches up. That's why it's coming out wonky, but oh well. That's why I'm making more of them after the first ones I made, because I would like to offer these on my Etsy shop with different shirts and outfits. But first, before you can sell something, you gotta get good at making it. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Did I already do all these? I mean, I guess I did. Okay. I didn't realize that, but whatevs. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that sitting there so it can cool down. Next step. Straighten everything out, make it look all pretty. So this is what we're working with so far. I'll go ahead and check the next step for you. Next step. Next step. Next step. Oh yeah, it's to sew down the edges. Right. We already knew that. We already knew that that's what the next step was. Okay, so like I said, I suck at sewing. I really do. I really suck. Can you guys even see me? Yeah. But I suck at sewing. But the good thing about this is that these leg holes are going to be have what's that stuff called again? This stuff right here. Did I almost mess up? Hold up. I did. I almost messed up. See? So, what I was saying, my lines are never perfect, okay? I cannot sew a perfect line to save my life, which is why I'm trying to teach myself. But like this, if you get a little squirrely, just make sure it's thick enough to put your elastic through, and you're good. You get squirrely on it, whatever, it doesn't matter, because like I said, it's gonna have elastic on it, so it's gonna be all bunched up. Ain't nobody gonna see it, especially if you're smart and you use a thread that matches your fabric. Unlike me, I have white thread or white fabric, and I'm using black thread. But it's whatever. So, oh, I forgot to tell you all what I was doing. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're just going to go ahead and sew, depending on, like, we're using 1/4 inch elastic on these for the leg holes. So you want to at least have like a 1/2 inch space for the elastic to go through. So we're just going to go ahead and start sewing. See, this is the part I always mess up on, is right when we get to this little crease right here is where I mess up. I mess up. Okay. Don't mess up, Cassandra. Don't mess it up. Now I'm going to mess it up just because I'm telling myself not to mess it up. Okay, stop. Okay. Go. Stop. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got that side all sewn. Now we're going to go to this side and do the same thing. Just going to put it in here like this. I'm going to line mine up. There's little, if you've ever looked at your sewing machine, there's little lines on here. I can usually eyeball about a 1/2 inch. So I usually go, there's like a number 2, which I think it's, actually I'm using, it's not a 1/2 inch. That's a 1/4. That's 5/8. So it's about 0.75. It's about 3/4 of an inch is what I'm doing. Because there's a little 2 right here, which I guess is 2 centimeters. And that's how big of a hole, or how wide my gap is. Which, I mean, I don't technically think that if you do too big of a, you know, channel here, it's really going to affect the sizing, because I mean, it's going to have elastic in it anyway, so it doesn't, I don't think it really matters. No, let's stop again. Stop. I didn't tell myself start and stop. That's where I messed up at. Okay, and we're just gonna turn, thank you, down, go slowly, slowly. Stop. Fix my stuff here. Gotta fix it, gotta fix it. Yeah, buddy. Pretty proud of myself right now. Ain't nobody here to see it. That's sad. Okay, so next part after you do this is going to be to put your elastic in. So, like I said, you want 2 9.5 inch strings of this here 1/4 inch elastic. Where's my scissors? Did I move them? Okay. Whatever. So, 9.75. You go right here. Okay. 9.75, about right here. Okay. So there's our 2 pieces of elastic for our legs. Let's go ahead and do this. What was it? 18.25? Yeah, 18.25. Okay. So do this. $18.25. Okay. So this is our waist elastic. These are our leg elastics. So let me show you. Where's my safety pins? Safety pins. Safety pins are going to be used for the elastic. So what you're going to do, take one safety pin, preferably the one that I have rounded already, stick it through the hole, or stick it through your elastic, and then close it, okay? Then what I'm going to do, we don't actually need that right now. So then what you're going to do is grab your leg, or your shorts, go up through the channel you just made, just like this. And then you're just going to push the safety pin in, and pull the fabric down as you go up. And then after you get too much, you're just going to pull this down like that. And you're going to do that all the way around. Well, not all the way around, because we got something else we got to do. So, the thing about these here Bummies that I found pretty strange is the way that you close off the elastic, okay? So what you do is you get your elastic all the way to the edge where your end of your fabric is. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like right here. So I'm going to push mine down just a little bit more. There we go. So it's like right in here. If you guys can see it. It's right there. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start right here at the corner where the end of our stitch line is here. Plop our foot down, And we're going to go sew straight across it. And you want to go forward and backwards a little bit to give it some strength so it doesn't like pull out or anything. Okay, just like this. Just go straight across it just like that. And what that does is it holds the elastic in. And then you're going to finish it up on the other side. Just like so. See, it's not coming through. So then what you're going to do, I'm actually going to leave that on there because I pulled this up way too much. So then you undo your safety pin. Once again, you want to get your elastic all the way up to the side, just like that. And then sew straight across it. I'm losing my mind. Here you go. I thought I done did this side. Oh gosh. And bam! Now you just gotta fix it the way you like it. And there you go. So now we're going to do the other side. Okay. You guys hear my kids? You can probably hear my kids. They're downstairs yelling. Oop, almost messed up. Okay, so then we're just going to go like this. So, gonna sew it straight across. Sew it straight across. I didn't actually sew it straight across. I went like at an angle. But you know, whatever. Safety pin. Bam. Now both sides of your legs are together. So then the next step is going to be putting these, I fold it inside out, just like so. Okay. Then you want to put your two ends, like these two open pieces right here, you want to put those together, just like this, and like this. And then we're just going to sew straight across it. So straight across it. And bam, there you go. So now what I'm going to do, I guess I probably could have just used my serger on it, which I probably will. Like if I actually start making these and selling them, I will most likely just use my serger right here so it serges it together. And there isn't any fraying or anything. Okay, so next step. Next step is going to be the channel for your elastic. Now, me personally, I really don't care what it looks like. Some people, on the other hand, they do. So, usually I would just fold it over just like this. Just like I said, me personally, just fold it over and then just do a line straight across here, about 1 inch down, instead of folding it over a bunch of times. But evidently, the correct way to do this, you could do a basting stitch, like right here at the top or something, just to hold everything together while you are folding it over. But, yeah. So then you're just going to fold it. Like I said, mine was a little bit longer on that one side than it was on the other side, which is perfectly fine. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my heat press again, make sure my seams are on the sides, and then I'm just going to press it just to give us like a nice crisp line. Flip it over, do the same thing. Just like so. Yes, there we go. Okay. So then after that, then what we're going to do is we're actually going to flip it over again. Shake it down a little bit. Push it down. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and press it again. Flip it over. Shake it in. Put this back up here where it's supposed to be. Press it down. Okay, now since we have all that done, I keep thinking I see somebody on here, but I guess I'm just going crazy. I don't know. I can hear my baby. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to sew across here, right here next to probably about 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom here, so that way we have a big enough casing for our elastic to go through, and we are going to leave a gap, so probably about 1.5 inch, 2 inch gap that we're not going to sew right now, so we can get our elastic in there. So let me go ahead and do that. Remove this. Put this on here, just like this. I'm gonna start probably right here. I'm gonna do a little backy back. Okay. I'm not really being that fussy with mine, which I mean, if you don't plan on selling yours, you don't have to be too fussy with it. I mean, as long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. It's not like anybody's going to see the inside of your child's bloomers anyway. At least I hope not. And if you're like me and you're just now getting on sewing, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. Because it's really not. Sewing is not something that you're born good at. Sewing is something that you have to work on. Just like, you know, like running or walking. Yes, some people are better than others, but, you know, just because they're better than you at something doesn't mean they're better than you at everything. our team. Okay, now we're starting to get back to where we left off. And keep going till I get about 2 inches away, so about right here. Do a little backy back, and then a cutty cut. Bam. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is take our waistband elastic. Remember that? It was the 18.25 inch one. Do like this, put our thing in there, and then here on the other side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one in, but I'm going to put it in sideways. For those of you asking why is she putting it in sideways, because this hole, the channel that we made is a lot wider than the one down here. So if it was like this, it could go through really, really easily. Plus, we're not doing that there. So you're just going to stick it in through our little channel. Make sure you get it through the double layering we did. Stick it in. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure it doesn't turn, because you don't want it to be all wonkified. And where this one is thicker, it is going to be just a little bit harder to get it through there. Plus you have so much built up fabric depending on how many times you turned it over. If you were fussy about it and turned it over twice, or if you just said you didn't care and just folded it over once. Which, no hate. Always hate on you. So, you know what? I just thought about this. I'm going to answer a couple questions. Nita Fajita did a video the other day and had done like a 40 question thing. I don't remember what all 40 questions were, so I think I'm just going to answer the ones that I can remember. So there was one about glasses. Yes, I do wear glasses. I got diagnosed with pseudotumor cerebri when I was 13, and my vision got worse a little bit after that. But I went in and I had a whole bunch of spinal taps done, and they took a whole bunch of spinal fluid off. It was crazy. Had really bad migraines when I was younger. It has gotten a lot better though since I'm older now. So it caused me to have to actually really, because I used to be able to wear glasses or not wear glasses if I didn't want to, because I could see perfectly fine without them. Like now I can see really good. Like I can see okay, but I can't see great. Like I should definitely have my glasses on right now, but unfortunately my children broke them, and so now they only have one ear loop, and that's just because I super glued them together twice. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to take the 2 ends of elastic, overlap them about 1 inch, and then sew it together. And I do actually like to do, well, I mean, I guess one should be fine. You normally want to I normally sew it together on 2 ends of it, not just one. So then after you get that done, you're just going to take your little hole where you left your hole up, and you're just going to sew it up. So what I do is I take my needle and, or not my needle, but my presser foot, and I try to line up the needle with where the last stitch I did was, where I stopped it at, so that way it looks like one continuous stitch, not just you know, like somebody done it and then stopped and then started back up. So we're just going to do a little backy back. Backy back. Cutty cut. Bam. So then I'm just going to take my little thread scissors I have over here. Thread scissors. And we're going to just chop off these little extra threads we got going on. Chop off the ones down here. Extra thread. Extra thread. Okay. And I think we're done. Unless you put like the belt loops and sashes and all that other stuff on here, then there's more you have to do. But other than that, you're done. So stitch this elastic a little bit. Or fix the fabric, not the elastic. Move you guys up. Blam. And then we're going to turn this inside out together. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Look how freaking cute they are. Where's my baby was in here because I would show you what they look like on him. Just look how cute. I love them. So I was going to go ahead and make the second pair while I'm live. But it's like, what time is it? It's 7 o'clock. I need to go make dinner. So I hope you guys liked today's live. And if you're watching this in the afterplay or playback, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're not and you like me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and follow me along my YouTube and Etsy journey. Bye, guys. Gotta go end it now.